ask you first of all about the theft itself. Uh, do you have any memories of it? Where were you when it happened, and what was your first impression of it? What do you think at the time?
When the tape first hit the scene back in the 90s,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
I it was during a period in my life where I was doing a lot of theater, and I was really ignorant to the world around me, for better or worse, mostly for worse. I also I also missed the OJ, the white Bronco chase. I missed the Monica Lewinsky story. I was working in the theater, and so I knew that something had happened, and I heard about it, but I still to this day have actually never seen the tape. I think once in the '90s when it was happening, I saw like a trailer for it, and even from the advertisement or whatever I saw, I could tell that it wasn't the kind of thing I wanted to see. I mean, I don't mind watching people with their clothes off, but you could kind of tell from even a little bit that it was a violation of someone's privacy.
Yeah, and does that put you in a complicated position about your character? Like, what do you feel about him because he was directly involved in that invasion of privacy?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that my character Uncle Milty, he is doing his best to run an adult film business, but pretty clearly when this property falls in his lap, his lack of morality comes out, where he immediately, he doesn't give any consideration to the rights or the privacy of the people involved. He just sees it as an immediate commodity. How can we exploit, these rich celebrities, and his lack of values, then plays out appropriately across the series.
Yeah, and I think it was right at the beginning of the internet, it's just a new thing. People didn't fully understand what was happening back then. And I think that event set the ball rolling for where we've ended up now, because in a way, that's how people behave on the internet. And do you think that's accurate? Do you think in the last 20, 25 years, this is where we were headed always? And do you think it can get worse, like the behavior of people online, the immorality of some people?
It's a great question. I mean, there's a great interview with David Bowie about the internet where he kind of lays out. He's very prescient, where he says that it's going to do the most incredible things that we can't even imagine, but it's also going to it's going to show both our angels and our devils. And I don't know. I mean, I feel like this is a good sort of cautionary tale in terms of exposing how we as a society exploit people's privacy, especially using the internet. But I also feel like it's humanizing. So my hope is that the overall effect of this series and stories of this nature is to illustrate the human beings behind these tabloid headlines, and that that these are people's real lives that we're dealing with, and so we're definitely seeing that these days, with what they call cancel culture, where things are taken too far, where depending on your context, if you say the wrong thing at the wrong time, you might be reprimanded, or you might lose your job or your home and your family. So we're definitely still figuring out how to use these information systems with moderation, and hopefully, as with all human endeavors, hopefully we'll find an equilibrium that can deliver justice to everybody in a fair way.
And how did you humanize your character?
My character? Is it, I mean, I have, I feel like we all have the ability within us to, feel like we're not able to create as rewarding a life as we deserve. I think that's something that comes to humans easily. And this particular guy, runs a business where he probably doesn't make as much profit as he would like making his adult films, but he does pretty well at it. He makes a decent living, but he also enjoys, drugs and prostitutes, and so that, to my way of thinking, that means that he is susceptible to his weaker side, to temptation, and perhaps, who knows, like maybe because of his weakness, that's why he didn't become a more successful writer or film director or what have you. And so, I mean, I can understand the humanity that I see in Milton Ingley as a criminal and as a reprobate. I can be in touch with that part of myself, and it makes me grateful and breathe a sigh of relief that I didn't make similar choices. Because I think once you start down that slope, like he does, and Rand, Seth Rogen's character, it's becomes very easy to slide all the way to the bottom. So it makes me grateful that so far I've managed to avoid it.
Have you finished filming The Last of Us, or do you have a bit of that left?
We're not going to get to see The Last of Us for a long time. I think it's probably going to air not even this year, but next year. And so I'm just gonna leave all those questions in the dark, because I think I don't know much about the video game, and I think the less people know about the show, probably the more enjoyable it'll be. So you'll have to tune in and see.
Next year. Okay, I'm going to be there. Thank you so much, Mr. Offerman. That's my time. It's lovely talking to you. Thank you.
My pleasure. Great to meet you, Rohan.